Iarana, and welcome to Pacific Pulse. I'm Clement Paligaru. Coming up, fighting for traditional land in Papua New Guinea, a Hindu temple with a difference in Fiji's north, and the sexy swaying hips of Tahitian dance. The struggle between development and traditional lands is an issue across much of the Pacific. In Papua New Guinea, increasing urbanization around the city of Lae has encroached more and more on the land of the Ahi people, the traditional owners in the area. Tania Nugent went to Lae to find out more about the land mobilization challenge.
My mother told me, land is belong to God, and if you look at them, you know, you look at the face of God.
Friends in the Lord, let us come to God, our loving Father.
The Ahi people say they're blessed.
In Lae City is our land. The land, the water, all these areas which are traditionally owned by us. The source of it is the Ahi people.
Lae is Papua New Guinea's second biggest city.
If you see Lae geographically, it is in the central Papua New Guinea. It is connected to the 5 islands provinces and Madang province, and it's also connected by ship, by boat and by air to the New Guinea Islands provinces.
Lae has long been the industrial hub of Papua New Guinea, and the city is booming.
Lae's got 6 gold mines around it. In the province of Morabay alone, there's a couple more up the road in Madang and also up the highlands.
We are looking at Lae within the next 20 years to be the main growth center of Papua New Guinea.
This is, we call it Wagang village. Wagang, Yanga, Butibam, Kampung, Hingali, and Yalu. Those are 6 Ahi tribes who are surrounded within Lae City.
The 15,000 Ahi are from 38 clans and 6 tribes. But the people haven't necessarily benefited from the city's prosperity.
The standard of living in Lae City in Papua New Guinea, especially in the urban villages, you know, it's not that particularly good in terms of our village environment.
There are disputes with government over ownership and compensation for some of the land the city is on. But mainly the Ahi have struggled to capitalise on their biggest asset, the customary land which surrounds Lae City.
The last 30 years, 40 years, the Ahi people have suffered as a result of being denied an opportunity to participate.
Like 97% of Papua New Guinea, the land is owned by clans and tribes, not individuals. It's covered by custom laws, not government land laws, and is mostly unregistered, making it difficult for outsiders to negotiate land use. As a result, much of the Ahi land has gone undeveloped. Left vacant, the land is being occupied by squatter settlements.
What's happening now is that the Kashmir land at the fringes of towns and cities are being used by settlers or migrants who migrate into towns and cities, but they don't give a greater value to the land. And so the provincial government's position is to develop land and add value to the Kashmir land.
We want to see development go ahead, but we want to be a part of the development. We don't want to sit as a standby and watcher.
The Ahi want to be able to make money from leasing their land for development, and the provincial government needs the land to expand the city.
Kashmir land are at the fringes of towns and cities, and the cities cannot expand until the Kashmir land is brought into full mobilization.
So in 2001, the Morabay provincial government introduced the Ahi Land Mobilisation Policy to protect Ahi land and involve the custom land owners in the future development of the city.
We have our traditional method, how to use land and how to manage the land.
Clans have formed associations to decide which parcels of land will be surveyed and registered for development.
With the support of the provincial government, we're now beginning to assist them negotiate a better deal. This time with companies who are prepared to pay more than settlers or migrants who come and occupy land and don't pay much for the land they are utilizing.
The developers of the $160 million upgrade to Lae Port will lease land from the Ahi for housing to resettle more than 400 people living illegally where the new port will go.
The port expansion is a big project and all of us are excited. That's a very critical issue in the development because they cannot start working on the project until the resettlement is done.
Other developments planned for custom land include a tuna processing plant and a new 4-lane highway connecting the city to the airport.
They are now beginning to see significant change, significant increase in the value of land.
Labasa, on Fiji's second biggest island, was probably the biggest influence on my childhood. Surprisingly, little seems to have changed since then in many ways, apart from a landmark, which I reckon just seems to keep growing. It could be just one of the many interesting geological formations in the Pacific. But for Fiji's Hindu community, the Nag Patthar or Cobra Rock is one of the country's most sacred sites.
When we come here, we feel peace.
I usually come to this temple to pray, and whatever wish I have in my mind, I get it fulfilled, and also it gives inner satisfaction when I come to this temple.
The cobra is associated with the Hindu god Shiva, so the snake-shaped rock attracts thousands of Hindus as well as other sightseers each year.
They purposely bring milk here because the snakes in India, they feed on milk. That's why the offerings are mainly milk.
Adding to the rock's mystique is another phenomena. It's believed to be growing. When I used to visit the Nag Patthar or Nag Rock over 30 years ago, as a child, it used to stand at just about 2 meters tall. It was in a tin shack and it was surrounded by bush.
Oh, they believe it's growing. Before there was a very small and it's gone very big. 3 times we put the roof up.
In the 1970s, when I was maybe about 4 or 5 years old, I think the Nag was just my height as well. And today, you can see it's really grown, so I do believe in it. And I think that, yes, it does have powers.
People started coming here, they had their wills fulfilled. One person came here, didn't have a son for about 20 years. He prayed, if I have a son, I'll come back. He migrated to Australia, he had a son, he came back and he spent 50,000-60,000 to build this building.
In recent years, thousands of Indo-Fijians have migrated overseas. But for many, returning to Fiji to make regular pilgrimages to this temple remains important.
Every time we make a trip to Fiji, we used to come here, pray, because we really believe in this temple. All our wish comes true.
Sometimes I have one wish, sometimes I don't have any wishes, because I know God knows better than me that what I need.
If you want to find out more, go to our website, australianetwork.com/Pacific Pulse. Thanks for watching Pacific Pulse. We leave you with the hypnotic hip swaying that French Polynesia is famous for. Enjoy and goodbye for now.